Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
Because in John's Gospel, using the word seen, he uses those words more often than any other writer in the New Testament.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
You're watching Rogers TV.
The Spirit soar into Canada Life Place to take on the Knights.
Welcome to Hully Gully Yamaha London Knights Hockey here on Rogers TV. I'm your host, Sophie Bernier. Tonight we've got a clash of the last two Memorial Cup champions. The Saginaw Spirit have made their way to Canada Life Place to take on the London Knights. Now this is a rivalry that has grown fast over the past few seasons. Tonight marks their first meeting this season and their first of a home-and-home. The Saginaw Spirit come in after a 4-3 loss to the Flint Firebirds, and they split their home-and-home with the Windsor Spitfires last weekend. Now the London Knights, they're back home after a northern road trip. They picked up one win in their 3 games, dropping games to Sudbury and North Bay before picking up a 4-3 win over the Sioux Greyhounds on Saturday. We've got new teams, new rosters. It's a new season, but you can believe the same old rivalry when it comes down to the Spirit and the Greyhound and the London Knights. Let's now take a look at our starting goaltenders, brought to you by Byron Optimus Club. Starting in net for the Saginaw Spirit, it is Stefan Shurjan. And in net for the London Knights, it's Alexei Medvedev. I'll send you down now to ice level for the opening ceremonies.
London, a proud sponsor of the London Knights, servicing London and surrounding communities for over 50 years. The London Knights hosted their annual charity golf tournament this summer, renamed to the Carol Stedman Memorial Golf Tournament in partnership with BDO, supporting pediatric cardiology at London's Children's Hospital. Please welcome to ice level from BDO, Paul Kenseth, and from the Children's Health Foundation, Mariemma Pohl. Tonight we are proud to announce a donation of $32,000 to CHF from the proceeds of this event. The London Knights wish to thank all the team sponsors and participants in making this year's tournament a success. Thank you. Excalibur Insurance is the proud sponsor of the London Knights Anthem program. At this time, as you're able, we would ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the singing of the American and Canadian national anthems to be performed by the students of Lord Nelson Public School.
Hello again, Ontario Hockey League fans, and welcome to downtown London and Canada Life Place. Alongside Rick Doyle, I'm Greg Sloan. It's the Saginaw Spirit and the London Knights for the first of 4 meetings in this regular season. And Rick, we are treated tonight to the back-to-back winners of the Memorial Cup. Saginaw in 24, and of course London in 25.
Well, the first of 4 games between the 2024 Memorial Cup champion Saginaw Spirit up against the 2025 Memorial Cup champion London Knights. Now the Spirit have been loose in their own zone, giving up 104 goals, the most in the Western Conference this year. London, on the other hand, has been hard pressed to find consistent offense, scoring at a clip of just 3.4 goals per game. Now the 8th seed in the Western Conference, Saginaw, will attempt to reel in the number 4 seed London here at Canada Life Place tonight.
Saginaw is coming off a loss against the red-hot Flint Firebirds on Wednesday night. And, of course, London on that long road trip up north last weekend. A loss in North Bay, a loss in Sudbury, and a win in Sault Ste. Marie. And we are underway here in London. There's a shot off the stick and out of play, courtesy of Covert.
Well, Logan Howery moved up as Dale Hunter has taken a blender to his lines this week, as Howery finds himself on a line now with Wilmot and Cover. That would be considered the second line in this lineup for the Knights.
Yeah, Cover and Howery mixed in with Wilmot. Fed around the boards up along the near side. Howery touches it up to Wilmot, back to Brown, down low for Howery again. Lets it go behind the net. Wilmot up on the play as well, and it's shaded in behind the cage once again. Play to the corner. Culver after it, spun free, and Nick Sema is out for the Saginaw Spirit. He picks his way to the London blue line. Glavin with a shot, wired it over top of the net, and Culver will just drift it back out through the center ice. Lead pass to the London blue line, choked up. Culver, Howery flips it in, and wholesale changes, at least on the forward side for both hockey clubs. Glavin Headman pass out through the center ice, brought in across the line, faded over to the open wing, and Waslin bangs it off the boards and shimmy back out. Ustavic up on the play. O'Reilly touches it up on the right side. Shot in deep off his stick. Played to the corner. Goal originally drafted by Peterborough. Up the boards, and Jokin takes over. He bangs it in across the line. Woolley gets it off the near side, and a long lead pass picked off by Levy Harper of the Saginaw Spirit. Harper hails from Tampa, Florida. Played in deep. Harper after it again. Played around the boards by left off and played out through the center ice. And Barabanov brings it in across the line. That'll be offside for sure at the London blue line.
Well, the Durham had keys in tonight's game for Saginaw. It has to be the D zone. The Spirit have given up the most goals against in the Western Conference so far this year. 104 goals in 25 games. And for London, it's goaltending. Uncharacteristic rough starts for both Gatto and Medvedev last weekend is an example of the pressure they're under with a team that has hard time creating offense.
Jones picks it up and just inside his own blue line. London stems it off. There's a shot just wired wide on the mark, courtesy of Van Bommel. Touched up again, and we might have a penalty here, Rick.
No, the net's off the moorings. As the London Knights go hard towards the net to follow that shot in. It comes back off the backboards, and you can see right there Van Bommel in hard on the forecheck, and he pushes the defender into the net. So the faceoff comes back out to the neutral zone.
Off the draw, Jones taps it on to the far side. Barnes will just clear it in. In behind the net for the Saginaw Spirit. Deep in London's territory. Hard around the boards again. Jones picks it up at the blue line. Shot knocked down. That stung a bit on Cook's arm. He'll labor, but he gets up. And he'll gallop back out through the center ice. Then he runs into his man. Shot in deep once again. Jones directly to the bench. And Phillips will clear it out on the left side for Sokolowski. Cross ice feed and shot in, courtesy of Clark. Rimmed around the dasher, and it goes out of play.
Well, Max Crete came over from the Niagara Ice Dogs earlier on this season. He and Waslin were the best friends there. He has 3 goals and 6 points in a London Knights uniform after 22 games.
So they're going to drop the puck just outside the Saginaw blue line. 2:36 off the clock here in the first period. Shot in deep, courtesy of the Knights. Hawkins after his men. Gives Glavin a little shot. Picked up by Saginaw. Glavin once again tries to sweep it up the board for Raza. Raza will cross ice feed Gervais. Hightails in on the forecheck. Brown gets to the puck first. Chopped at on the near side. Saginaw picks it up. Jimmy back down in behind the net, and Zakharov can't get to it. Play back to the blue line. Quick shot right on, and Medvedev will make the first stop of this hockey game in a dandy. Shima taking his man out. Creek trying to barge his way through, but picked up by Gervais, the veteran. He wheeled it in across the line. Hard off the boards. Kept in by Gervais, and O'Reilly punts it up to Creek. Creek in across the line. Gets bumped there. Riley into the corner against Go. Riley. And now Harper picks it up for the Saginaw Spirit. Now a quick shot by the Knights. Knocked down by Waslin. And it's sent back out. Bruce Devich knocking it down. He'll just drift it in deep right on. And they'll hang on for a stoppage in play.
Well, Brady Waslin enters tonight's game on a 5-game point scoring streak and a 4-game goal scoring streak. 5 of his 19 points have been recorded on the power play so far this year. 3 goals and 2 assists.
So London will have the face-off deep in Saginaw territory. Almost 4 off the clock. Everybody up and in tight. London. O'Reilly wins the draw. Sent around the boards. Back in behind the net. Scrum ensues. picked up by Saginaw, and they'll find some room to clear the zone. Headman pass, barrel man off, return deep, left off, drives it in deep, played around the boards, and it's lofted in behind the net. Rustevich after it. Backhand pass out through to the blue line. O'Reilly sends it back to the LA prospect, Woolley, and he'll sky it back out through to center. Waslin after it. Played off the boards. Left off, couldn't gather it up, and it shot down the length of the ice, and icing's called against Saginaw.
Well, Jared Woolley, the LA prospect, he was drafted in the 6th round 2 years ago. He's been to 2 pro camps with the LA Kings. They signed him at the end of last year, just prior to the Memorial Cup tournament in Quebec.
Wilmot line out here. I like Cover and Howery playing together. See what they can do. Pair of 08s in this lineup. Sail back to the D-man from Saginaw. Barabanoff having difficulty with it. Over after his man, and it's headman pass out through the center and across the line. They stay on site. Left off with the shot, and it rattled off the chip back and sent to the corner. Femmes off the boards again. Sokolovsky, Gervais on the forecheck, stolen by the Spirit, almost a wraparound attempts. Saginaw controls in that shot. Pepper, courtesy of Gervais, off the shoulder of Medvedev. Another good save, and it's sent back out. There's Cover. Wheels in across the Saginaw blue line. Howery picks it up, back to the point. There's a quick shot, hits a stick again. London will have to tag up. It will be offside, and they'll make some changes. Saginaw clears the zone. Icing's waved off. Gervais still out there for the Spirit. Gets past his man Funk. Now in behind the net. Saginaw looking to open this scoring up. Picked off by Cook nicely, and it's relayed on to Clark down the left side. On the dime, looking for Cook. Played to the corner. Van Bommel out there. He had that good shot earlier. Back to the top of the circle. Funk waits. Then he shoots it off the left pad of Shurgin. And played right on again. And another shot whistled there by Funk. And Shurgin again will make the save. Four shots for the Knights. 2 by the Saginaw Spirit. We're almost 7 off the clock. Wheeled in across the line again. Another blocker stave. Went off the stick actually, and get it over here on the near side. After it on the far side is Harmer. Harmer leaves it there. Back to the point. Quick shot again. Right on. And Playboy leaned into that shot from that high slot area. Dusted back out through the center ice, and it goes all the way down the ice, and Icing is waved off. Harper deep in his own territory. Glavin tried to pinpoint his pass, broken up by the Knights. Boy, Zakharov almost had the golden opportunity to defend on the shot in the high slot area. Stolen there by Hawkins. Hawkins, quick shot, and he fired that one that goes out of play. London coming close. 0-0 partway through the first period. Here Canada Light plays.
Culligan Water has been London Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for you and your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love. At the Hearing Place, we transform lives with personalized hearing care. Our exceptional audiology services and tailored treatment plans empower your journey to better hearing, ensuring compassionate support and solutions designed uniquely for you.
Protect your windshield from spreading damage with our fast, reliable stone chip repair. We fix chips early to maintain visibility, safety, and structural integrity, saving you from expensive replacements and keeping your vehicle road ready and secure.
First period is brought to you by Oil Guard. So the face-off will be deep in Saginaw's territory. 7 off the clock. Woolley. London will control the draw. Blocker saved by Surgeon. Played around the boards again. Woolley has it down the base of the boards. Played over on the far side. Brustevich up on the play. Back to the blue line. Roslin takes a peek, cans the puck in off the backboards. O'Reilly after rolling, shooting it, and he gunned it right on. And Surgeon again with a good save. 5 shots now recorded for the London Knights. Roslin, London trying to get that cycle game going. Back to Brustevich. Wait, shot goes off the stick and into the glove of Surgeon.
Well, Igor Barabanov comes together with Waslin there. He's a 19-year-old free agent signing. He's played the past 3 years in the USHL, and he enters tonight's game on a 3-game point scoring streak and a 2-game goal scoring streak. 12 of his 28 points have been recorded on the power play since joining the Saginaw Spirit this year.
So another face-off deep in Saginaw's territory. Packed house as usual here at Canada Life Place on any given Friday night or any home game. 9,000 plus. Hawkins, Zakharov, Creed out here for Dale Hunter's Knights. Themis and Sokolovsky on the back end. Draw one by the Knights. Played back out through the center ice. Themis, Gervais. Pestering him. Now it's brought back out through the center, touched up by Creed. Now a centering pass in front of the net, and one of the Knights gets clocked. I believe it was Creed. Check that with Zakharov. And the net goes off the hooks.
Well, Zakharov goes flying into the net here on a nice 2-on-1 play. Creek just shovels this puck into an area, and you can see Zakharov with Zima all over him as he takes the net off the moorings. So they're going to say that faceoff will stay inside because he was pushed in by Nick Zima.
Yeah, Zima, a big customer, and so the Knights will enjoy another faceoff deep. The Wilmot line back out there. Wilmot scrum off the draw. Howery to the half boards. Trying to touch it back to the D man. Gets it back, but it goes out and shot back in. London will have to tag up. Lead pass. Lauza shoots it in deep. Zima after it. He's a veteran on this hockey club. Play to the corner. Lauza takes another whack at it in front of the net, and it goes out of play.
Well, Andoni Themis, an NCAA commit to the University of Vermont, leads the Knights with a plus-minus rating of +10. Now, Themis has surpassed his totals from last year as far as points go in 15 fewer games.
Yeah, he's had a great year so far on the back end for London. Number 4, Themis. They need some power play time, and brilliant defensively as well. Saginaw will control the draw. High slot area. There's a little sneak shot. Another shot right on. Set free. Nice pad save again by Medvedev. He's been tested 2 or 3 times in this hockey game. We almost have 9 off the clock here. Long right wing pass for Howery. Tips it in. Icing's waved off. Go. Picks it up deep in his own territory. Feeds it up the wing. Cross-side speed now for Armour in across the line for Saginaw. Cloutier, quick shot toward the net, bouncing puck. Cloutier again to the corner and behind the net now, looking for a man. Harper waits, half boards, try to feed a man going down back door. Harper waits, shoots it in front of the net, tipped wide of the mark and played over to the half boards. Saginaw with some pressure here. Harper again at the blue line, shoots it in. Bounces off the boards again. Funk trying to clear the zone. Howery can't catch up with it. Still impeding pressure here by the Saginaw Spirit. Finally, chisel off the glass. Does that go out? It hit the glass first, though.
It hit the top of the glass before that went out over the boards. as James Go, the former Peterborough Pete, is playing out his overage season with the Woodbridge, Ontario native, is one of 6 players in this version of the Spirit that won the Memorial Cup with the Spirit back in 2024. All the London fans can remember is there was 21 seconds left in that game when Go became a champion.
What a series they had in the Western Conference Final. London took them out in 6 games that year. Now here's Saginaw. Back out through the center. Eyes Jolkin tosses it in deep. Played to the corner. Clap off. Freshly off the CHL challenge with the U.S. under-18 development team. Coming back from Lethbridge. USA winning that challenge. Tip free, and now Jones has it. Peels off the checking of Waslin. Broke a stick. That leaves a man out front. Kluche shooting, and he gunned it right on. And again, Medvedev on his game tonight. He took it off the shoulder, square to the puck. Jones again. Saginaw's game the last 2 or 3 minutes. Another shot picked off by the Knights as the Spirit has the Knights hemmed in for the last 2 or 3 minutes. Another shot again into the glove. And Waslin taking out his man.
Well, Woolley coming in with some help for Waslin as Waslin was dealing with Glavin on that play. Glavin down in front of the net. He's trying to take the eyes away from Medvedev on the play. The net comes off the moorings, but I believe the faceoff will stay inside because that was 2 players going into the net, and certainly Waslin was pushing Glavin into the net. Goes back on the moorings, and indeed the faceoff will be to the right of Medvedev.
So Satan will lean in on the draw. Boy, he's got to be about 6'6", number 43 for Saginaw. Him and Sokolowski about the same size. Now played over on the coast, in behind the net. Satan trying to take a peek. Sema out there. He's a load to handle. Tipped in front of the net. And it's played to the corner again. Hawkins trying to track it down. Good start here for the Saginaw Spirit. They have 8 shots. London 7 shots, but had the play. Here's the quick shot. Just tipped wide of the mark by Whisker. Up top again. Near point. Far point now. Here's Goal shooting it, and it was deflected. And another good positional save by Alexei Medvedev. Kept in by the Saginaw Spirit once again. Down low. Sokolowski after his man. In behind the net to the corner. Peeled back to the blue line. Touched up. Harper trying to find a lane. Turns off the checking of 1 man. Lift back to the line. Go again. Quick shot off his skate. Get it off to the corner. Creek trying to clear the zone. Kept in by Saginaw. Here's another quick shot. And that bounced all over the place and sent to the corner. Sokolowski leaning into his man. Now the Knights will finally clear the zone, but London's been hemmed in for about the last 5 or 6 minutes. Little touch pass again. Another quick shot, and that hits the skate and off to the corner again. Back to the blue line. Glavin shoots. And will the goaltender Medvedev grab onto it? No, he couldn't catch up with it. And it's sent around the boards on the soft pass. Cook trying to pry it loose. Pinned up against the coast again. Now goes in behind the net. And Clark maybe has a chance to clear. And Funk will play it around the dasher. Kept in by Glavin. To the boards again. In behind the net. Harder this time around the boards. Kept in once again by Glavin. Another quick shot. Centering pass out front. And it just hopped over the winger stick from Saginaw. Enormous pressure here by the Saginaw Spirit. Played up along the wing. Cook gains the line, and he'll squeeze it in. Played off through the boards. Glavin again. Checked up this time by Cook. London on the move now. Van Bommel back to Funk. Funk shoots it. Tipped off his shoulder in behind the net. Flip off. Plays it up the board. Easily picked there by Cook. Didn't let it shot back down into London's ice. Here's O'Reilly. and across the line. They stay onside. That pass intended for the left side. With Waslin, stemmed off by the Saginaw D. To the corner once again. O'Reilly in behind the net. Fairbairn trying to clear the zone right in front of his own net. Brustevich. Does he keep it in? Yes. Here's a chance for Van Gorp. Cross ice feet. Woolley gunning it, and he wired it over top of the net. Play back into the corner once again. Back to the blue line. Brustevich shot off a stick. And it's a squeeze back out through the center ice once again. Woolley flips it ahead. Van Gorp, Waslin in across the line, and it's hard around the boards. Brustevich, broken stick out there. Good action at both ends. Played to the corner. Inside of 6. Remaining here in the first period of scoreless draw. Played around the boards. Waslin after it. This time, London's turn to pressure. Back to the blue line. Quick shot, and it's sent to the corner off the blocker of the goaltender, Shurgin. Now played in behind the net again. Here's Howery off the bench. On the dime, trying to feed in front of the net. Jokin takes him, but Van Gorp helps him out. Centering pass out front. Brustevich, toe drag, shot, hits a skate. And it's lifted back out through the center ice. Enormous action at both ends of the rink here. Lead pass, Jones. Right in across the line. That'll be offside if Saginaw touches it. It's brought out, sent to the corner again, so they're onside. Seymour wants it, gets it, shoots it, tipped in front of the net, and it just went wide of the mark. Back to the point again. Off the boards, over the stick rather. Woolley takes it to the corner. Culver trying to help him out. Played to the far side, and London's out with 3 abreast. Here comes Logan Howery in across the line. Offside at the Saginaw blue line. Feverish action in this first frame in downtown London.
From Optimus TV Bingo. For a chance to win extra spending money, tune in to Optimus TV Bingo Monday nights at 8 p.m. For details on tickets, go to tvbingo.ca.
Well, Levi Harper was Saginaw's 3rd-round pick this year from the Shattuck St. Mary's U16 program. He sits 5th in the OHL scoring race among defensemen, and he isn't eligible for the NHL entry draft until 2027. He's 3rd among rookies in the scoring race in the Ontario Hockey League. He's had a good introduction to this league.
Oh boy, I've been watching him in this first period. He has a set of wheels on him and great instincts. A lot of puck-moving defensemen in this league now. Rick can play it around the boards. Willie Harper's one of them. Now played back out through the center ice. Creek busts his way in across the line. Harper gives the puck away this time. Zakharov pushes it around the boards. Creek takes the beat back to the blue line. Quick shot! And a good save again. A stick save by Jurgen. And it's played off to the boards. Nixima after his men. Brown in on the hunt. Scrum ensues. Zakharov trying to fish it loose. Go, pinning him up against the boards. London looking for the freeze there to get the whistle. Finally set loose, and London wins it. Touched up to the D. Shot again, right on. Positional save. Strength move in front of the net by Harper to stave off the overager there, Rick.
Well, Hawkins fishing around in the blue paint. He's looking for that rebound that Shurgin was possibly going to give out on that play. The shots on goal read 10-9 in favor of the Saginaw Spirit, but the Saginaw Spirit have had the better opportunities against the Knights. They've been beating them to the puck in tonight's hockey game in the offensive zone. the Knights are going to have to slow them up.
Yeah, they're jacked up, the Saginaw Spirit, for sure. Yeah, good game against Flint. I think they were winning in that game at one point. Played around the boards again. And it goes out of play. Another face-off deep in Saginaw's territory.
Well, 3:23 remains here in the first period. Shots all knotted up now at 10 apiece. We have a nothing score. Both goaltenders have made some good saves to keep this a scoreless draw at this point in the hockey game.
Yeah, good positional saves by both goaltenders. Pucks bouncing around off skates, off shin pads, and both Shurijan and Alexei Medvedev making those saves to keep it a scoreless draw. Played around the boards again. Saginaw will control, but London is in on the hunt. Played out back to the blue line. Cook fakes the shot. Funk has it. Turn feed. Centering pass picked off. And it's scalped all the way back down into London's ice. Sokolowski waiting hard off the boards. Cook has it hit the linesman, and it's tabbed onto the D again. That up on the wing. Van Bommel trying to sweep it in for Clark. Picked off by the Saginaw Spirit. And Pefele will bring it in across the line with Kluche. Long lead pass back out through the center ice. Knocked down. Clark is on it. That's offside for sure, and a quick shot by Van Bommel. Jones won't like it.
Well, that's always going to draw a crowd, as Van Bommel shot that puck just as the whistle went. And the Saginaw Spirit are in there to protect their goaltender, and you can see the referees having a word with Van Bommel. Said, we'll let you go with that one. Just make sure it doesn't happen again. Face-off will come outside, as that was considered an offside play, as Van Bommel explains to the Saginaw Spirit bench that he shot that puck just as the whistle went, as far as he was concerned.
So they're going to drop that puck just outside the Saginaw blue line. Saginaw yet again will control. Harper sends it over to his partner. And Saginaw's out three abreast. And across the line, Barabanov tipped in front of the net. And boy, Zhilkin had a elusive tab on that one. Alexei Medvedev coming up with the save. Barabanov was in close though. Sailed in deep. In behind the net. Go. Boy, dangerous pass. And Saginaw's out with it. They'll lead the four-man assault. Dumped in deep again. Woolley in behind the net. Hard around the boards. Waslin. He's had the hot stick for the London Knights. Since coming over from the Niagara Ice Dog. What a feed to O'Reilly. Trying to find the man. That's Van Gorp. This is good first line. It's centering pass in front of the net. And that just failed to materialize. Barabanov brings it in across the line, choked up, and Brown has it. He'll dash down the wing along with Van Gorp. Howery back out there, centering pass, hits a skate. Brown to the corner, back to the blue line. Howery fades off the checking of the man. Another quick shot right into the shin pads, and it's brought back out through to center ice. Another quick shot just went wide. Cover out on the ice. Wilmot, Howery on this line, and Femmes has it at center ice. Drives it in off to the dasher. Played in behind the net. Harper up the boards, and a headman pass through the center ice, and Cover will drag it up onto the blade. Having difficulty though with Gervais. Wilmot leans into him, but it's dumped into London's ice. Femmes. Centering pass, gave it up. Harper again, plays it over to the far side. Goal, and Harper playing some catch. Here's Harper again, quick shot. He wired that one just wide, a high rising shot. And it's sent back out through to center ice. Gervais, headman pass for Sema. Cover after him, played back to the blue line. Harper straddles it, sends it to the corner, tried to feed the winger. Cover in behind his own net, having difficulty with Gervais. And Howery will just touch it up to Clark. Clark, 2-on-2, developing, gets past Harper. Clark shoots, scores! Bullet! 1-0 London, 0.9 left on the clock.
Well, Howery just dumps this into a space for Clark, and he skates onto it, and he skirts the checking here of Harper, and he throws a dart up over top of the glove hand on Shurgin, and with 0.9 seconds remaining in period number 1, the Knights get a late period goal and stake themselves to a 1-0 lead. And for Clark, that's his 5th of the campaign from the overager.
Yeah, what a shot by Clark, and that will do it for the first period. A late goal by Clark, and the Knights have a 1-0 lead. Stay tuned for Sophie in the first intermission. Live Ontario and Eastern Canada wide, it's Holy Goalie Yamaha Knights Hockey, right here on Rogers TV.
At Sumner Jewelers, we have been serving London and area since 1902. We specialize in custom jewelry designs and invite you to bring us your ideas. Trusted for over 120 years at 392 Richmond Street, between King and Dundas. For more than 26 years, Duramed Mobility has proudly served as your trusted partner in home healthcare equipment and mobility solutions. Whether you're looking to purchase, rent, or repair, our dedicated team is here to support your journey to greater independence and comfort.
Need an SUV? Finch Hyundai's got it. Need a car? Finch Hyundai's got it. Low rate financing, unbeatable deals, superb customer service. Got it, got it, got it. Visit the largest volume Hyundai dealership in Ontario. Check us out at finchhyundai.com.
Businesses across Ontario trust Oil Guard for proven rust protection.
Hi, I'm Rob from Wild Things. Every year I bring my trucks to Oil Guard because I think that rust is just another pest.
Oil Guard can help duck the rust. At IDS, we have the tools your business needs to be successful, from production printing, digital signage and content management, and full IT services. IDS allows our clients to focus on what they do best.
When I do becomes I'm done.
Talk to the family law experts at Drake Law. Divorce doesn't have to be a fight, but when there's a lot at stake, call Drake. DrakeLaw.ca.
In The Paint Box, host Jane Roy puts a spotlight on various aspects of the vibrant visual art community in the City of London. The Paint Box, Mondays at 5:30 p.m.
As the season of light and warmth fills our homes, we want to wish you all a safe and joyful holiday season. From our families to yours, have a happy holiday and bright new year.
Do you love watching Knights Nationals hockey on Rogers TV? Be a part of the action or come work behind the scenes. We are recruiting dedicated volunteers to join our production crew. Apply online at rogerstv.com/volunteer. I'm here with Nikita Klepov. Now, Nikita, let's talk about that first period.
It was good. I thought we were playing good and had a lot of shots on net. Just the goal we gave out wasn't that great, but overall it was a good period.
It's your first year in the OHL. How's the transition to the league felt so far?
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but my teammates makes it a lot easier, so I like it a lot.
What is it about Saginaw that's made this transition feel at home?
Just everything, start from my billets and with my coaching staff, so everything here has been great, so I love it.
How would you describe the identity of this Spirit team?
Just a lot of offense, a lot of shots, and play hard and physical.
You've been praised on your deception habits and just how well you can disguise your plays. Where does that part of your game come from, and how do you work on it?
Yeah, as I said, just the coaching staff's helped me a lot to improve my game, so thank you for them.
What part of your game are you most proud of?
Just working hard, I think that.
And where do those habits come from, those work ethic habits?
Yeah, as I said, my coaching staff helps me to improve my game every day, so thank you for them.
And you just got back from the CHL USA Top Prospect Challenge. How was that experience for you?
Yeah, it was fun, meet new people and meet a lot of new guys. Now I gotta continue back to work in the season and hopefully win this game.
Were there any takeaways you brought back to Saginaw, I guess to London, from that experience?
Yeah, definitely. Just different style of game we played there. So trying to build my game off of that.
Well, thank you so much and good luck the rest of this game.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with some more Knights hockey here on Rogers TV after this.
You can trust Progressive Countertop to bring design to the surface in your home with beautiful Canadian-made quartz surfaces like Handstone, manufactured locally in London. Progressive Countertop is a smart choice for Canadian-made quality and expert installation.
None of us are immune to financial difficulty.
We've been helping Canadians become debt-free for over 50 years.
Together, we'll find the right debt solution
and get you back on your feet.
Call us on the phone or see us on the net. 310-NET.
At GWB Heating and Cooling, customer comfort is their commitment. Their licensed technicians cover all home heating and cooling needs. From inspections to repairs and installation, customers trust the professionals at GWB, where quality service meets peace of mind.
Optimizing people and resources, Van Bree Enterprises combines innovation with experience to help shape communities. Providing the very best service to every partnership and every project is the driving force. The goal? To always be very Van Bree.
Hey London, did you know it's the law to have working smoke alarms?
Yes, it's the law. Working smoke alarms save lives. So get in on the action and test yours today.
And keep in touch with us by following us on social media.
For your next flooring project, choose the home team. Great Floors London and Beckham Brothers, Canadian brands trusted by the pros. Beckham Brothers brings a stunning lineup of hardwood, vinyl, and tile, with installation made easy at Great Floors London. Beckham Brothers and Great Floors, your home team.
Hi everyone, my name's Emily Febry. I'm also known as Ranger M. I'm an environmental communicator and educator, and I get to talk to a lot of different people about all things nature and conservation. I love to knowledge share, and that's what I want to do with you. So come on, let's go learn with Ranger M.
Join the high-energy bodyweight-based workouts of the Thunder Twins. Gerald and Harold will get all shapes and sizes up and moving. Catch the Thunder Mondays at noon.
Go beyond the scores and get to know the athletes who call the Forest City home. Game Day London brings you in-depth stories and conversations with London's major teams, including the London Knights, of course, and the athletes competing near and far that are making our city proud. For fresh and engaging sports coverage, visit GameDayLondon.com. I'd like to welcome back in Rick and Greg. Gentlemen, the Knights are up after the first period.
Yeah, late goal in that period. Only 0.9 seconds remaining in the period. Rick, let's take a look at the period summary. Brought to you by Van Bree Enterprises.
And with 0.9 seconds left in that first period, Clark takes a feed from Howry deep in the zone. He skirts the checking of Harper, and then he throws a dart over the glove of Surgeon in the net for the Saginaw Spirit. So we'll see if that sparks any offense for the London Knights with a late period goal. Nobody had a power play in period number one. The faceoff dot, a commanding lead at the faceoff dot for the London Knights. They won 72% of the draws in that first period, and the shots on goal all knotted up at one apiece. So the Knights take a 1-0 lead on a late period goal into period number two.
The Saginaw Hockey Club's got a lot of speed, Rick. What, 4 or 5 minutes anyways, they were hemming the Knights in that first period.
Well, I felt they held the advantage in the offensive zone in period number one, and only a few good saves by Medvedev gives the London Knights a lead going into period number two. They're on the puck hard. There's all kinds of pressure down low on the London Knights defense. They don't have much time to work with when they're picking the puck up. So the Saginaw Spirit doing a great job on the forecheck.
What I've noticed about this edition of the Ontario Hockey League, there's a lot of good puck-moving defensemen. Harper's another one on the back end for the Saginaw Spirit.
Well, Levi Harper, a Florida native, he doesn't turn 18 until October 3rd, 2026. So he misses the draft this year by 18 days. So he's not available until 2027. Now he's 5th in the OHL scoring race among defensemen. He's 3rd as far as points go among rookies. He's been a nice find for the Spirit for sure.
Saginaw Spirit, what, in 8th position right now? They're not playing like an 8th place team, but I'll tell you, with their pressure, they're vying to grab at least an 8th seed in the Western Conference. I can see them actually moving up over the course of the remainder of this season, Rick.
Well, Surgeon has been applying some very good goaltending for them. This is his 22nd start in the Ontario Hockey League, the most among OHL goaltenders, and certainly with some good goaltending from him. What they have to clean up is the defensive zone. They've allowed 104 goals against in the 25 games that they've played so far this year. That's the most in the Western Conference. If they can clean that up a bit, there's no reason this club can't move up in the standings.
Knights were on the road last weekend. They lost in North Bay last Thursday night. They lose in the bottom feeder of the league, and the Sudbury Wolves on, Friday night. And they pulled out the win in the Sioux. That's 2 times in a row. They beat the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, a good hockey club, to bring it home for, 1-2 on their 3-game road trip. I noticed tonight, though, Dale Hunter has mixed up his lines since those games.
Well, he has taken a blender to his lines, and you have Cover now playing with Wilmot and Howry. They provided that goal in the first period. Check that. I guess it was Clark playing at the center ice as Wilmot went off for the change on that play. And certainly that's the second line. We'll see if we can spark some offense, particularly with Howry, and get Cover back on the scoring train, because those 2 players are the future of this franchise.
Goaltending in that first period, Rick, especially Medvedev. That puck was when Saginaw was hemming the London Knights in that, 4 or 5 minute range there. Medvedev stopped about 3 or 4 great saves, and they were all positional saves. They were bouncing all over the place. So Alexei Medvedev up to the task again tonight here in downtown London.
And he's had to put up with a whole lot of traffic down in front of him trying to take his eyes away. But Medvedev, as you say, positionally very sound. And tonight, on a couple of occasions, the puck hit him as it came through traffic. So Alexei Medvedev certainly on his game tonight. He wasn't on his game up north in North Bay last weekend, one of his worst of the season so far.
Sophie, back to you.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll be right back with some more Knights hockey here on Rogers TV after this.
The only thing certain in life is change. We're here for you and your family when the unexpected happens.
Getting a clear view helps prevent sewage backups and floods before they happen. Expert CCTV inspections by choice identify cracks, roots, and blockages. Staying ahead of problems, protecting infrastructure. One choice, many solutions.
Coulter's has been the family pharmacy London has trusted for over 50 years. From personalized medication advice, vaccinations, and pharmacists qualified to assess health issues. At Coulter's Pharmacy, get the customized care that is right for you. At Sumner Jewelers, we have been serving London and area since 1902. Specializing in natural and lab-grown diamonds, we invite you to share your ideas with us, and we will help bring them to life. On-street parking available at 392 Richmond Street, between King and Dundas. Vector offers recovery and performance programs to improve your quality of life. Their active therapy approach helps with pain, mobility, and strength. Located in London, Ontario, they focus on personalized care to support your wellness journey.
Hi, I'm Melissa Maloney. I am the host of What's Up London, where we talk to amazing people in the London community who are doing so many incredible things. Watch What's Up London only on Rogers TV.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
If you live in St. Thomas, Tillsonburg, Strathroy, or Woodstock and you have news to share, we'd love to hear from you. Email us with your community updates and be a part of the conversation. Let's now take a look at the Save of the Period, brought to you by MNP. If your debt is out of control, you're not alone. And it is London Knights netminder Alexei Medvedev with a huge save there. Now for the first period scoring summary, brought to you by Finch Hyundai. The Knights are up 1-0 after 20 minutes thanks to Braden Clark's 5th of the season. That was assisted by Logan Howery and Linus Funk. The shots are all tied up at 11 after 20 minutes. Now for the turning point of the period, brought to you by Drake Divorce Lawyers. When there's a lot at stake, call Drake. Logan Howery found Brayden Clark, and he beat his man down the boards and made no mistake getting the puck up and over to give his team the first lead of the game very late in that first period. The London Knights are back in action here at Canada Life Place on Wednesday, December 3rd. Puck drop is set for 6:30 p.m. They'll host the Kitchener Rangers in the Teddy Bear Toss game. Get ready, folks. The second period is coming up next.
For more than 26 years, Duramed Mobility has proudly served as your trusted partner in home healthcare equipment and mobility solutions. Whether you're looking to purchase, rent, or repair, our dedicated team is here to support your journey to greater independence and comfort.
Need an SUV? Finch Hyundai's got it. Need a car? Finch Hyundai's got it. Low rate financing, unbeatable deals, superb customer service. Got it, got it, got it. Visit the largest volume Hyundai dealership in Ontario. Check us out at finchhyundai.com.
Businesses trust OilGuard.
We've been using OilGuard for decades as part of our preventative maintenance program. It helps keep our fleet looking new and has also helped with our resale value.
OilGuard knows how to help duck the rust. At IDS, we have the tools your business needs to be successful, from production printing, digital signage and content management, and full IT services. IDS allows our clients to focus on what they do best.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
Preventing underground issues is better than fixing them. Choice high-pressure flushing clears gravel, sludge, and debris so storm water and sanitary mains move everything in the right direction. Confidence underground, peace of mind above. One choice, many solutions.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
As this season of light and warmth fills our homes, we want to wish you all a safe and joyful holiday season. From our families to yours, have a happy holiday and bright new year.
Okay, back here at Canada Life Place, getting set for the second period. Rick, let's take a look at the shots on goal. Brought to you by GWE Heating and Cooling.
Well, the shots all knotted up at 11 apiece, and the London Knights, they got a goal from number 11, Clark, to take the 1-0 lead with 0.9 seconds remaining in period number 1. So they take a 1-0 lead here into period number 2.
We talked about Alexei Medvedev in that first period. Let's talk about the goaltending at the other end of the rink in Stefan Surgeon, Rick.
Well, Surgeon did a great job in net for the Saginaw Spirit. Now, this is his 22nd start of the season. That's the most of any OHL goaltender in the league so far this season. And the tandem of Surgeon and Papineau have given up 104 goals against so far this year. You have to believe that the Saginaw Spirit have been working on their defensive game all season long to try and clean that up and take some pressure off their goaltenders.
Late goal in the first period by Clark, and the Knights are up by 1. We'll see if that can carry forward here into the second period. We talked about it at the intermission, Rick, about how Saginaw speed was hemming in the Knights, and the Knights coming back to score that late goal.
Well, it certainly was a speedy period for the Saginaw Spirit, and their whole intention was pressure on the London Knights, and they kept them hemmed in for quite a bit of period number 1. However, the London Knights come out with a late goal in period number 1. 0.9 seconds remaining. You never want to give one up that late in the period. So they take a 1-0 lead here into period number 2 as we get a shot of Linus Funk on the back end for the London Knights. He's one of the import players for the London Knights this year. Of course, Funk, a Swede. And Barch, he has a connection to the London Knights. His father, Chris Barch, played for the Knights back in the 80s and 90s.
So we'll start this second period, 5-on-5. They'll do it over again. The second goes off the clock. London with that 1-0 lead. The Wilmot line again. Howery, Culver. You mentioned it, Rick, trying to get Howery going here, along with Culver. Their 08 birthday, so they're the future of the Knights, or two of the future players of the Knights. Off the boards, and it's shot in around the base of the boards, and Howery up on the play. Culver, quick shot, just went wide and played back to Funk. Funk down the coast. Culver pinned up against the boards by Barch. Gervais one-hands it out through to center ice, and Glavin has it, and he'll just place it in deep. Down the boards, Woolley. Culver trying to clear the zone. Broken up by Go, and now Culver will lead the two-man assault in across the line, in and out on his man. Gervais, a quick shot from a sharp angle, goes in behind the net. Wilmot has the puck, looking for Brustevich, tabbed it back to him. Now it's a quick shot right on and swallowed up nicely by Surgeon.
Well, Jackson Culver enters tonight's game on a 3-game point scoring streak, giving him 19 points on the season. Now, the 17-year-old registered 15 shots on goal in the 3-game swing up north last week. 5 shots per game, so you know he spent a lot of time in the offensive zone.
Here's the first line for the London Knights. Again, the blender was out this week at practice. Waslin, O'Reilly, and Van Gorp. Good line, two, played down deep into London's territory, looking to tie this hockey game up as Zilkin, and he cranked that one. Might have went off the stick. And it was shranked wide of the mark. Van Gorp onto the stick of Brady Waslin. Drives it in deep. Hard. O'Reilly up on the play. Goes on the blade of Van Gorp. Peels it down low. Glavin round the boards. Themis has it to the corner. O'Reilly in behind the net. Van Gorp trying to mop it up. Barch pins his up against the boards. One-handed back to the point. And Brustevich, right-handed shot, playing left B with that angle. Barch after it, speared ahead, hits a skate, and then now Barabanov out through the center ice. They just stay onside. Quick shot by Jokin right on, and Medvedev with the save.
Well, Dimian Jilkin, Saginaw's first-round pick in 2024 from the Toronto Junior Canadiens minor hockey program, has 15 goals and 26 points entering tonight's game. He's not eligible for the NHL entry draft until 2027, again because of a late birthday. So both Jilkin and Harper putting up big numbers, but not available this year.
Bodes well for the Spirit in the next couple years for sure. Have those numbers so far this year, and not draft eligible for another couple of years now. Played off the boards, bouncing puck. Barnes brings it in, and they'll have to tag up and lead pass out through the center ice for Clark. He had the late goal in the first period. 1-0 London. Quick shot off a stick. Out of play.
Well, Julian Brown on the back end, he adds a whole lot of sandpaper into this London Knights lineup. He's got a goal and 4 points so far in 21 games that he's suited up for the Knights. He was a healthy scratch a couple times earlier this season, but he has been in the lineup on a regular basis since.
Quick shot off the blocker. Medvedev, courtesy Barnes, has the puck again. Flips it ahead. Pepperwhite brings it in deep, right around the boards. Cook chops at it, clears the zone, and it'll have enough for icing.
Well, both teams being rather cautious here to start this period. 12 shots apiece, so both teams registering 2 shots on goal so far. We have 17:26 remaining in period number 2. Face-off to the right of Medvedev.
Everybody up and in tight, Saginaw. I'm going to do it over again. Medvedev in net tonight for the London Knights. Has become the #1 goaltender for the edition of the London Knights. Off the draw again, scrum. This time London will control off the boards. Having difficulty to clear though. Joking keeping it in. Quick shot right on, and they'll do it again. Deep.
Well, Medvedev hangs on to that puck. Look at the face-off deep in the London zone. We'll get some wholesale changes from the London Knights. They didn't like this line out against the Jokin line.
Barabanov will square up against the captain O'Reilly. Deep in London's territory. Riley wins the draw. Hard off the glass and rolling puck back down into Saginaw's territory. Harper around the boards. Barabanov tracks it down in his skates. Now finds Harper down the wing. Likes to rush the puck. Headman pass again. O'Reilly has it. Onside is Van Gorp. Waits. Sends it to the corner. O'Reilly in on the hunt. Harper drags it up on the blade and he'll push it ahead. Out through the center ice. It's clapped off. He'll shoot it in deep off the boards. Funk plays it up the boards on the near side. And O'Reilly can't clear the zone. Quick shot off the skate. Baraban up to the corner. Loses the check down. Waltzes away out. Harper shoots and then went off the stick of the goaltender Medvedev and dusted back to the corner. Back to the blue line now. Up top, right side. Quick feed in front of the net. Courtesy of Go, and now Van Gorp has it. Head for Waslin, off the boards, but again, the Saginaw Spirit doing the same, keeping that bucket, as they did in the first period. O'Reilly will stem that pass off. Another stick. Van Gorp after it in the corner. Go trying to take him out. And it goes on to the blade of Klepov. Harper, lead pass through the center ice. And off the boards, batted away by the goaltender. Now a wrap around the tamper, a centering pass by Satan. There's another quick shot by Barch, is wide of the mark. Down the coast again, kept in by Saginaw. Barch once again, circle off the skate, and it's back out through the center ice. Now, Zakharov trying to get a beat on it. Kluche to the rescue. And Creek will try to help his winger out. Play back to the blue line. Brustevich trying to track it down. Off the boards. Beats a man. Centering pass. And it goes into the glove off a stick of Shurigan.
Anytime anybody gets close to Surgeon, they're trying to clear that crease out. As Brustevich made a nice move to get inside to make that shot on the play. But Surgeon comes up with a big save for the Saginaw Spirit.
Yeah, another positional save by the goaltender. This time it was Surgeon. Medvedev has been doing it all night. Here's Cover off the draw as Howery tied his man up. Brustevich waits. Howery, front of the net. Other shot. Oh, it couldn't drop the load. And Howery looking up into the 9,000 plus.
Well, Logan Howery ends up with that puck in the slot, and he has Surgeon down on the play as Brustevich tries to feather this shot through. You can see Howery comes up, and you can see Surgeon gets back and makes a huge blocker save off of Howery on that play.
So Surgeon again making a splendid save. Rick mentioned off the blocker this time. Wilmot on the draw, won by Saginaw. Glavin backhands the pass around the boards, and Saginaw's D can't clear it. Kept in by Howery and Cover. In behind the net. Sweeping pass. Wilmot has a chance. He couldn't get the shot away. He fanned on the first attempt.
And he couldn't get enough of the second attempt, and that allows the D from Saginaw to stem it off. Here's Cloutier, shoots, bouncing puck, score! In front of the net, off that high post. And the Saginaw Spirit ties his hockey game up.
Well, Harmer folds that shot out as it goes to the net. The Knights get caught on an odd man rush right here. Cloutier gets the shot away, and Harmer mops up the rebound to record his 6th goal of the campaign. And just 5 minutes and 22 seconds into period number 2, the Saginaw Spirit come back and tie this hockey game up on a goal by Harmer.
London had a golden opportunity at the other end, but an odd man rush, and Saginaw Spirit capitalizes. We're just about 5.5 off the clock here in the second period. Now Saginaw wanting more. Another quick shot off a stick and dusted off to the corner, just wide. Go tries to track it down, plays it over to Harper. Harper off the boards, looking for a man. Van Bommel around on the right side. Go knocks it down at the line, shoots it to the corner. Maxima bats it in behind the net. Banging in on the move. Good play by Brown to get on the right side of the puck, but Harper has it again. He picks his way to the line, tries to send it in for himself. Good play by Sokolovsky to feed him out of the play. Van Bommel now leads it up for Cook. And across the line, Van Bommel to the corner. Stops, looks for Cook. Pinned up against the boards. And Bommel trying to pry it loose, finally sent onto the stick of the captain. O'Reilly back to the line, Funk with the shot off a stick high and wide. Woolley waits, shoots it off those lively backboards in behind the net. Van Bommel as O'Reilly lurking in front of the net, and that shotgun wide of the mark. A high rising shot, peeled into the corner. O'Reilly up on the play with Van Gorp off the bench. The first line out for the night. Van Gorp kicks it free and behind the net. O'Reilly has it. Try to find a man in Van Gorp. Van Gorp checks Harper to the corner once again. Off the boards. Tucked in for O'Reilly. Up with it is Waslin. Good move to get past the net. Got the shot away. A sharp angle shot. Good save by Surgeon. And it's skittered off to the corner. And finally, the Saginaw Spirit will clear the zone. 7.5 off the clock here. Second frame, 1-1. Dumped up. Joke. In across the line offside. Harmer tying this game up for the Saginaw Spirit. Partway through the second period, 1-1.
Culligan Water has been London Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for you and your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love. At The Hearing Place, we transform lives with personalized hearing care. Our exceptional audiology services and tailored treatment plans empower your journey to better hearing, ensuring compassionate support and solutions designed uniquely for you.
After windshield replacement, we recalibrate your vehicle's ADAS to ensure precise alignment and full functionality. Restore safety features like lane assist and collision alerts for optimal performance, accuracy, and confidence every time you hit the road.
This second period is brought to you by Progressive Countertops.
Well, this has been a tight checking game, and this play right here tells you how hard it is to get offense. But watch the hands on Waslin as he picks this puck up and moves back inside to give himself a shooting lane. And Surgeon comes up with a big save. That's his 15th save. Check that, his 13th save on the evening against the Knights.
They're going to drop the puck just outside the London blue line. Saginaw will control. Fairbairn off it across the line, getting the shooting lane in that high slot area. Gloved down nicely by Medvedev.
Well, Sam O'Reilly enters tonight's game on a 5-game point scoring streak. 3 goals and 6 points in that 5-game stretch. He leads the team with 24 points. 10 of those points have been recorded on special teams. He has 2 shorthanded goals this year.
Bounce back to the blue line. Barnes keeping it in. Now comes out and Jokin will just sail it in once again, but Saginaw will have to tag up. Barabanov. Shot down the ice. Icing Saginaw.
Well, this has been a very defensive period for both hockey clubs. The only goal scored in this period, scored by Harmer, that tied the hockey game up at 1 apiece. Not many shots on goal so far. The London Knights have directed 3 towards the Saginaw net. The Saginaw Spirit, on the other hand, have had 6.
Back to the blue line. Boy, Bruce Devich was ready to take that one-timer. Good play by Klephoff to pick it off to negate that opportunity. Themis round the boards, and Van Gorp will have the head up. Long stretch pass to O'Reilly and across the line looking for Waslett. On the dime, touches it back to Bruce Devich, drives it around the boards. Themis up on the play. Klephoff will clear the zone and tracked down by Bruce Devich. Bruce Devich drafted in the first round by the LA Kings last year, and across the line. Klephoff touches it up and behind the net. Storch, Liam Storch, pinned up against the board. Check that with Jokin. Up on the play is Barch again. Bouncing puck, and it eludes the D, and Klephoff will just send it on for Glavin. Glavin bounces the puck in deep. Themis round the boards. Zakharov knocked down, kept in by Saginaw. Spirit in behind the net. Themis, and now it hops over the stick of Bustevich. That allows the Saginaw Spirit to regain possession. Barch again off the stick and behind the net. Short side now. It's skittered off to the corner, but Barch is up on the play again. Good pressure once again by the Saginaw Spirit, keeping that puck in. Pinned up against the boards. London, will they get a whistle, or Saginaw wanting the whistle deep? And they get it.
Well, the London Knights have been under a lot of pressure here from the Saginaw Spirit in their own zone. And watch Brzustevich on this play. He realizes that they're starting to run around. They're getting out of shape as Kluche's in hard on him. He just pushes that puck up against the boards and holds it for the faceoff. The faceoff will remain inside the London Knights zone. We're just 20 seconds off the midway point in this hockey game. It's a 1-1 hockey game. 17-14 are the shots on goal in favor of the Saginaw Spirit.
So face-off deep in London's territory. Draw one by the Knights. Sokolowski soft around the boards. That allows Saginaw to get back into the play, and they'll control it. Go. Plays it over to his D partner, Harper. Crisscrossing, high slot. Trickles into the goaltender, Medvedev, after it pinballed around.
Well, once again, what we're seeing is the Saginaw Spirit crowding the crease, trying to take the eyes away from Medvedev. Medvedev picks that deflection off at the last second on a positional save once again for Medvedev, as the Knights don't like this matchup that they're getting, so they make wholesale changes as the Saginaw Spirit pressing to take the lead in this hockey game.
Wilmot's line out for the Knights. London controlling the draw, but having difficulty. There's a quick shot off the draw this time. It's by the Saginaw Spirit. They'll control again. We're going to say London controlling the draw, but the speed of the Spirit is keeping the puck in. Funk ran into the post himself. Almost knocked him up himself off the ice, or down on the ice, and there's another whistle, and we'll have a stoppage in play.
Well, Alexei Medvedev has the 5th best goals against in the league at 2.29 and the 5th best save percentage at .919. On average this year, he's faced just over 28 shots per game. Vancouver has signed him to an entry-level contract, and the Saginaw Spirit, just halfway through this hockey game, have already had 20 shots on goal.
On the draw, this time again, the Spirit will control. Quick shot! and was fanned on by Klepoff. And he had a lane to the net, and London will clear the zone. Cover out through the center ice. Wilmot tracking that one down. Cover following up on the play. Pinned up against the boards. Klepoff once again stolen by Cover. Cover trying to go wide. Now he goes hard to the net, and he shoots it right on. And Surgeon with a nice save.
Well, Cover with a burst of speed around the outside as he gets outside of Harper. He puts it into that triangle, just shoves the puck through, and then takes the shot as Surgeon comes up with a big save for the Saginaw Spirit on that play. Any scoring opportunity in tonight's game has come as the result of speed from either one of these hockey clubs.
Clark scored with 9 seconds in the first period remaining. Dumped down the, now we got to fight. And Bommel, is that Glavin? Yes. Glavin and Van Bommel going over top. There, a shot by Glavin. Over the top of the head of Van Bommel now. Wrestling match. Both are getting shots in. There's Van Bommel now giving it to Glavin. Waiting. Now he's got the helmet off. And another right hand shot. Oh, wrestled down the ice.
Oh, Van Bommel is stating that he got the victory on that fight. He got a couple of shots in. It was more of a wrestling match than it was a boxing match. And that stems back to Glavin crowding the crease earlier on in the period. He took a little shot at one of the London Knights defenders on that play. So Van Bommel taking exception to that, as both players will go for 5 minutes. And you have to, I don't believe anybody's going to come out of this with a instigator penalty. I think both combatants were willing to drop the gloves and throw down. And indeed, there's 5 players coming out onto the ice for each team. So Glavin and Van Bommel will serve 5 minutes for fighting, with 9:06 remaining here in period number 2.
So that'll keep play at 5-on-5. Van Bommel trying to jack the Knights up here in this second period. We're halfway through this hockey game. 1-1. And they're waiting at the penalty box to. There's a stick on the ice. There's the puck. He was.
Well, the officials having a long word with the timekeepers here. There's no penalties going up on the clock, so you have to believe it's 5 minutes each for fighting. There's 5 players on the ice from each team, but the officials conferring just outside.
Yeah,
the timekeepers bench. I think they were discussing where this puck should be dropped in. And indeed, it's going to be dropped in the Saginaw zone to the right of Sturgeon.
So they drop it deep in Saginaw's territory. London controls the draw. Good stick by Gervais, and he'll sweep it back out through the center ice. Dumped into London's territory. And that pass for Crete. Hawkins trying to feed Zakharov, picked off. 4 breaths now rolls the Saginaw Spirit. And across the line off the tip of the stick. Barch up on the play. Barch to the corner. Crete tying him up. Stort's in there as well. And now Zakharov will have a lane. Edman pass to Hawkins. Touch back to Zakharov up on the play. Looks like Julian Brown tipped in from that nice shot. They score! Zakharov on the rebound.
Well, this is Hawkins that follows the play up, and it was Zakharov that skates down the middle. He takes the checking away. That rebound goes directly to Hawkins, and he makes no mistake with a wide open cage to record his 4th of the campaign and restore that 1-goal lead for the London Knights with 8:23 remaining here in this second period. A great play in the neutral zone by Zakharov, and then another great play by Zakharov to head straight to the net.
So pardon me, it was Hawkins on the rebound, not Zakharov, as the Knights go ahead by 1 goal. Zakharov doing yeoman's work in behind the net. Now their chance for Howry, just putted it wide of the mark. In behind the net again. Change it to the corner. London up by 1 halfway through this hockey game. Dumped in deep. Thimas in behind the net, hard around the boards. Cover, headman pass, and now Wilmot will just chuck it in deep. Jones, Kluche, hard pass, missed the winger. Hermer, icing. Saginaw.
Well, Andoni Thimas is committed to the NCAA next year. He's going to be next year or the year after, possibly. He's going to be playing for the University of Vermont.
He's been a nice, we talked about him at length. He's been a stabilizing effect on the back end for the Knights this year, and a shot from the point right on.
Well, Brady Waslin stepped into the Knights game on a 4-game goal-scoring streak. Waslin has been a nice find from the Niagara Ice Dogs. Of course, Noah Reed goes the other way. To get talent, you have to give up talent. Reed's been scoring on a regular basis for the Niagara Ice Dogs.
Of course, Reed from the St. Catharines area. Lead pass. It's handed for Van Gorp off the tip of his stick. Waslin has it hop over his blade, and now the Spirit out abreast, 3 abreast, dished off. High slot, clept off. Look at Waslin back into the play to stave off that opportunity on a good check from behind. Here's O'Reilly in behind his own net, and he'll just send Thimas off the glass and down the ice, and picked up by James Go. Van Gorp up on the play, read it all the way. Waslin in there as well, and now the Saginaw Spirit will lead it up. That pass intended for Barabanov, missed him. And now the Knights will clear the zone. Touched up to O'Reilly. In across the line. Cook goes hard to the net. Van Gorp. Third feed for O'Reilly. Quick shot. He fired that one wide. And it's rattled all the way back down into London's territory. Here's Cook. Taps it in deep. Icing's waved off. Clark up on the play. Centering pass. Wilmot. Cook after it. Deep in Saginaw's territory. London up by 1, approaching the 6-minute mark remaining here in the second period. There's a quick shot steered aside nicely by Medvedev, and it's bounced around the boards. Boyd Barch has played well tonight on the back end for the Saginaw Spirit. He's up on the play into the corner. Centering pass picked off by Cook. There's Nick Sema takes a whack at it off a stick. Sema again. The shot goes off a stick high above the cage this time and set free to the corner. Off the boards. Here's Wilmot through to center ice. Brings it in across the line. Oh, he gets almost clocked. He had his head down. Going east-west. And he lost his stick. I think he just lifted his head at the last second. Wilmot did to avoid the check. Played over to the wing. Headman pass for Cook. Cook bats it in. And now we got changes. Wilmot to the bench. Here's Barch again. Solaris. He's seen limited ice time so far in tonight's hockey game. London up by 1. 5 minutes exactly remaining here in the second frame. 2-1 London. Here's Zakharov and across the line. Wait, stop. Will he shoot? Oh, and a good play by Pemroy to stem that one off as he came back in to lift the stick of Zakharov. In behind the net again. Round the board, Zakharov
Fights off the checking a one-man, played up the coast again, and strung back out through the center and back down in the London ice. Dennis waits, Hawkins takes over, he'll lead it up for the London ice. Marches it out through the center ice, then skies it in deep, hard around the boards. Dennis waits, and now the Saginaw Spirit will gain the line. Long left wing pass broken up by the Knights and hard off the boards by Barnes into London's territory. Puck was given away though. Kluche finds a man. Barabana tried to feed it in front of the net, and Wilmot back out onto the ice, and Crete has the puck. Crete in across the line off the backboards. Howery after his man. Crete up on this line now with Wilmot and Howery. Hit free, Van Gorp. He's out as well, and the shot on the left side. And across the line. Gilkin goes hard to the net. Looking for the pass. Jones almost stole it in the high slide area, and Klepoff has it. Now he has the lane. He tried to get the shot away, and I think Van Gorp took one in the chin. And no call as of yet. He played to the corner, but Van Gorp is laboring to the bench. There's a quick shotgun wide to the mark, and James Go has it at the line. Tapped in, Jilkin, high slot area, Wade shoots it, knocks down, and up on it is Jones once again. Centering pass, hits the skate, Wilmot has it, and it's cleared out through the center ice. Jilkin again, hard in off the boards. Saginaw looking to tie this hockey game up, and the net goes off the Don moorings. Hawkins with the goal. London leads at 2-1, taking it home here in the second period.
From Optimus TV Bingo. For a chance to win extra spending money, tune in to Optimus TV Bingo Monday nights at 8 p.m. For details on tickets, go to tvbingo.ca.
Well, Klepoff and Brustevich step into the box, but just a few moments ago we had a great defensive play by Waslin here on the back check as he forces Klepoff off that puck in the slot area. As Waslin playing the 200-foot game tonight. We have 2:43 remaining in the second period. It's a 2-1 hockey game in favor of the London Knights. Brustevich and Klepoff go off, so we have some offsetting minors. So for the first time tonight, we'll see some 4-on-4 hockey as the London Knights on Hawkins' fourth goal of the campaign has come back to take the one-goal lead. There's a lot of discussion tonight in tonight's hockey game with regards to where the faceoff should be dropped in. As you can see, the officials back here in front of the players' bench. They're having a look at it. It looks like it's coming back inside the London zone, as the London Knights had the argument with that. Sam O'Reilly was out there discussing things with the officials. Brady Waslin out there with Sam O'Reilly on this face-off. So the Knights decide they're going to go with some firepower towards the end of this period. 2 minutes up on the clock for both Brustevich and Klepoff.
So we have a little 4-on-4 hockey. A lot of room out there for both hockey teams. Knights employ O'Reilly and Waslin up front. Funk, Woolley on the back end. Kluche out for the Saginaw Spirit. Gervais, Go, and Harper. Should be interesting. 4-on-4, 2:30 remaining second period. London leading it by the score of 2-1.
Well, that's going to be called an icing as James Goad just dumped that puck into the London zone. So the faceoff will come 200 feet down into the Saginaw Spirit zone to the right of Shurijan. And we have 1 minute and 44 seconds. Check that. They're going to move it to the left of Shurijan, as we have 1 minute and 44 seconds remaining in the penalties.
Off the draw, and Harper will lead the four-man assault. Pushes it ahead on the left side for Gervais. Puck goes off the boards. Gervais after it again. Willie taps it around the boards for O'Reilly. Go up on it now. Luce in there. Funk in there. Continue to battle for it. Set free. And O'Reilly comes up with it. Inside of 2 remaining here in the second period. O'Reilly being pushed back, and now the Knights are out with it. There's Funk. He'll lead it out through to center ice. Now picks his way to the Saginaw blue line. Stops. Looks for O'Reilly. Pushes it up against the boards. O'Reilly checks up his man. Luce falls, and now Barabanov in across the London line. Trying to go wide. Barabanov trying to go upstairs. Lane, front of the net. Speared off to the boards as the Saginaw Spirit come very close in tying this hockey game up, but a splendid play by Alexei Medvedev. As the Spirit were in tight. Here's Barabanov again. Puck gets knocked off the puck. He started all this. Barabanov feeds Go. Took a whack at it. To the boards again. Watch for Harper. He's going down back door. Here's James Go, and he'll go back out. Tight ropes the line. Keeps it in. Waits. Can he get the shot away? All kinds of room. Harper has it now. Sets it free for Barabanov. Trying to get in a lane. Shilton with the shot. And that was off the stick and wired wide. Off the coast again. In and out. Shilton slithers it through the paint. And it's around the boards, and Harper once again plays it for himself. Down the boards again. 25 seconds remaining in the period. Klepoff with the shot. Knocked down by O'Reilly. Off the boards once again. Klepoff finding the lane. Shoots! And it goes off the stick of O'Reilly and sent back out through to center ice. Saginaw again. Shilton. The golden opportunity. Down low into the corner. Hard around the boards, and Harper takes a peek, and the horn sounds to end the period. But Saginaw, all kinds of pressure in the late going of the second period. 2-1. London leads it here in downtown London. Stay tuned for the second intermission.
As the seasons change, GWB Heating and Cooling is there to make your home comfortable. From furnace inspections to full system installations, their licensed experts handle every detail with care. Homeowners trust GWB. Simple, honest quality.
Vector offers recovery and performance programs to improve your quality of life. Their active therapy approach helps with pain, mobility, and strength. Located in London, Ontario, they focus on personalized care to support your wellness journey.
For unparalleled construction services, municipalities, farms, and companies turn to Vambry Infrastructure. With a full range of heavy civil services, an experienced team, and diverse fleet, Vambry Infrastructure provides very bold solutions.
The London Fire Department reminds you to always pay attention while you cook.
Stand by your pan and look while you cook.
Follow us online at LDNONT Fire.
For over 90 years, Learners has served the legal needs of clients in our community. No matter the size of your enterprise or transaction, our business law group can help you grow your business, build on your success, and get the deal done.
Choose Great Floors Ingersoll and Beckham Brothers for your next flooring project. Both trusted Canadian brands. Beckham Brothers creates stunning engineered hardwood, tile, and luxury vinyl. Great Floors Ingersoll provides expert service and installation. Great Floors and Beckham Brothers, a winning team.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff here, and we are back for another incredible season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're going to tour some amazing backyards. We're going to meet up with some great folks, and we're going to cook some incredible food. Join us Thursdays at 7:30 for Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
You start smiling. Crawling with something in his mouth. I'm trying to open my eyes, but you know what? That's how they are. They're just small. Tink, tink.
Join former London Mayor Matt Brown as he hosts Newsmakers. Newsmakers discusses the key issues affecting the City of London and its residents with some of the leaders in London. Tune into Newsmakers every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. or if you missed that viewing, Newsmakers airs again at 6 p.m. on Fridays right before the warm-up. Welcome back. I'm here with London Knights forward Brady Wassel. Now, Brady, your team's up 2-1 after 20 minutes. We've seen some physicality tonight. Talk about the first two periods.
Yeah, they were physical, they were hard, and both teams are working hard, and it's a tight game, and we're having fun out there, and we're playing our game.
You've been producing consistently since joining the Knights. What's driving that success?
I got to give all the praise to my teammates. I mean, I've been having some great passes and putting the puck on their stick, they're putting it in the net, and it's just been really easy to play with guys like Sam and Benny and Gerp, so it's just been a privilege and an honor so far.
What are some goals you have for yourself this season?
Yeah, I've got lots of goals, but the first thing in mind is just helping the hockey club win games, and I think if the hockey club goes far, then that helps all of us individually.
You've committed to Boston University. Congratulations. What excites you about that opportunity?
Yeah, everything about that excites me. But as for right now, I'm a London Knight, and I got my sights set on being a London Knight, and I'm honored to be here, and it's a privilege.
You talked about being a very detailed-oriented person. How did those habits shape the way you play the game?
Yeah, I think I just try and work as hard as I can and focus on the little details and just control what I can control and try to be a creative playmaker and this year a goal scorer. So I just try to drive the play whichever way I can.
And what do those details look like on a day-to-day basis, maybe away from the rink?
Just everything I do. Everything I do is detail-oriented, and that's how I was brought up by my dad, and I owe all that to him. And just from when I wake up to when I go to sleep, it's all about details.
You talked about how you like to surf when you're not playing hockey. How did you get into that?
My best friend, Matthew Humphreys, he had a nice surf boat, and you just kind of surf behind the boat, and that's kind of what got me into it.
Okay, so I need to ask you, if you were to go surfing with your London Knights teammates, who do you think can keep up with you, and who do you think might have some trouble not wiping out?
I think Creeder would be the worst for sure. I think maybe Funky would be pretty good at surfing.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Good luck the rest of this game.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with some more Knights hockey here on Rogers TV after this.
Coulter's Pharmacy is the new home of London Healthcare and Ostomy Center. Our expert team provides products and advice from ostomy, wound care, compression garments, and so much more. At Coulter's Pharmacy, get the customized care that is right for you.
None of us are immune to financial difficulty.
We've been helping Canadians become debt-free for over 50 years.
Together, we'll find the right debt solution
and get you back on your feet.
Call us on the phone or see us on the net. 310-NET.
At Sumner Jewelers, we've been serving London and area for over 120 years. Our on-site goldsmiths ensure that your jewelry repairs are done in a timely manner with a company you can trust. On-street parking available at 392 Richmond Street. For more than 26 years, Duramed Mobility has proudly served as your trusted partner in home healthcare equipment and mobility solutions. Whether you're looking to purchase, rent, or repair, our dedicated team is here to support your journey to greater independence and comfort.
If you are considering divorce, talk to the family law experts at Drake Law. Find out what your options are. Divorce doesn't have to be a fight, but when there's a lot at stake, call Drake. DrakeLaw.ca.
Hi, I'm
I'm Kathleen from Hiking with Kathleen. Please join me this season where I bring you on my great adventures of hiking, paddling, and camping. And I bring you up close to wildlife as I see them on my hikes.
As this season of light and warmth fills our homes, we want to wish you all a safe and joyful holiday season. From our families to yours, have a happy holiday and bright new year.
Optimus TV Bingo is back every Monday night at 8 p.m. Playing cards are available at multiple locations in London and are good for all 3 games. The money raised funds projects that help youth in our community. Optimus TV Bingo every Monday night at 8 p.m. on Rogers TV. I'd like to welcome back in Rick and Greg. Gentlemen, let's talk about the first 2 periods.
Yeah, London up a goal. 1 goal by each hockey club in that second period. Rick, let's take a look at that period summary brought to you by Banbury Enterprises.
Well, Harmer ties this hockey game up for the Saginaw Spirit in period number 2 as they get a 2-on-1 right here, and Harmer just goes to the net. As you can see, he just scoops that puck in behind Medvedev on the play, and the London Knights come back about 8 minutes later, and this is a big goal by Hawkins, his 4th of the season, a big goal for the London Knights. That comes off of their 4th line on a team that's has a hard time offensively. When you get a goal from your 4th line, that always helps in a big way. The London Knights haven't had a power play in tonight's game. Either have the Saginaw Spirit. Face-offs 58% for the London Knights through 2 periods, 42% for the Saginaw Spirit as they came back in that second period, winning the majority of the draws. The London Knights with 8 shots on goal in period number 2. That gives them 19 through 2 periods. And the Saginaw Spirit with 14 shots on goal in period number 2. That gives them 25 for the game. We have a 2-1 hockey game.
Stepan Shurigan is playing goal in the net for the Saginaw Spirit tonight. Let's look at his work, Rick, so far in this hockey game.
Well, he was an import pick for the Saginaw Spirit, a 2nd-round import pick. He came from Russia, and certainly he's got the requisite size. 6'5" is Shurigan, and this is his 22nd start of the season, the most of any goaltender in the Ontario Hockey League. He's been crowded on a couple of occasions in tonight's hockey game, but he has the size to look around that crowd. He's faced 19 shots in here through 2 periods. He's made 17 saves.
And at the other end of the ice, Alexei Medvedev's. Let's take a look at his work so far.
Well, Alexei Medvedev has been standing tall for the London Knights so far this season. This is only his 15th start of the season. He's 9-5 so far, but he's made several positional saves, and we talked about his game being very positionally sound as Dave Rook has worked on him for the past year and a half to get him into position to make some of these saves. That save at the tail end right there on Barabanov was a save that he had to scramble and do the starfish on the white paint outside the blue paint, but he makes the save. He doesn't give up on too many pucks.
A lot of speed in this hockey game tonight. You mentioned it, Rick. It's very odd to say we haven't had any penalties so far in first 2 periods.
Well, we haven't had any penalties where a team has been rewarded with a power play. We had the offsetting minors to Brstevich and Klepov in that second period, but other than that, no penalties whatsoever.
And the shots on goal, you relayed it. Saginaw went with 25 on goal. They've had to gain the better portion of the play in my mind.
Well, in my mind, they have as well. They've hemmed the London Knights in on several occasions in tonight's game. The first period, they held the advantage as far as the offensive zone goes. That second frame, they held the advantage, but the Knights come out with a goal in period number 2, and that gives them the 1-goal lead heading into period number 3.
Sophie, we'll send it back down to you.
Thank you, gentlemen. We'll be right back with some more Knights hockey here on Rogers TV after this.
Need an SUV? Finch Hyundai's got it. Need a car? Finch Hyundai's got it. Low rate financing, unbeatable deals, superb customer service. Got it, got it, got it. Visit the largest volume Hyundai dealership in Ontario. Check us out at finchhyundai.com.
Drivers trust Oil Guard London for proven rust protection.
We use Formula 2 No Drip from Oil Guard. We love it because it doesn't make a mess and it works.
30 minutes at Oil Guard for year-round peace of mind. At IDS, we have the tools your business needs to be successful, from office printing to communications and full IT services. IDS allows our clients to focus on what they do best.
Homeowners and designers trust Progressive Countertop, a Canadian company. They carry the best-owned surfaces like Handstone Quartz, proudly manufactured in London. With expert design services and installation, you can bring design to the surface with Progressive Countertop.
When the temperature and air quality in your home aren't quite right, GWB Heating and Cooling can help. Their licensed technicians provide top-notch furnace maintenance and full system installs for a comfortable, fresh home. GWB, serving the London St. Thomas area.
I'm Heather from Optimus TV Bingo. For a chance to win extra spending money, tune in to Optimus TV Bingo Monday nights at 8 p.m. For details on tickets, go to tvbingo.ca.
For 25 years, you've been helping to make our roads safer by doing the right thing. You've been the designated driver, you've stayed over, called home, you've called a cab or a friend, and planned ahead. Let's keep doing the right thing. Support sober driving by getting yourself and your friends home safely.
Do the right thing.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Tune in to the Paul Harper Show on Jack 102.3 weekday mornings from 6 to 10 a.m. Jack 102.3, 80s, 90s, and more. Let's have a look at the Save of the Period, brought to you by MNP. If your debt is out of control, you're not alone. And once again, it is Alexei Medvedev. He makes a huge save at the end of the period there on Barnov to keep his team in the lead. Now for the second period scoring summary, brought to you by Finch Hyundai. 2 goals in that second period. Harmer tied the game up at 1 for the Spirit, but then Caden Hawkins gave London the lead once again to make it 2-1 after 40. The Spirit outshot the Knights 14-8 in that second period. And now for the turning period. The turning point of the period, brought to you by Drake Divorce Lawyers. When there's a lot at stake, call Drake. And it is Caden Hawkins' 4th of the season. Zakharov shot deflected over to Hawkins, and he made no mistake putting the puck in the back of the net. The London Knights are back in action on Wednesday, December 3rd here at Canada Life Place to host the Kitchener Rangers. Puck drop is set at 6:30 p.m. Get ready, folks. The third period is up next.
From landscaping and agriculture to municipal works, reliable aggregates deliver lasting results. VB sources from their own sand and gravel pits, ensuring quality and consistency for projects of all sizes. VB Sand and Gravel, delivering the very best.
Smoke alarms expire after 10 years. Check the date and test your smoke alarm today.
A working smoke alarm is a gift the whole family can enjoy.
Follow us online at LDNONT Fire.
Get an inside look at your sewer lines with a hand cam inspection from Choice. Check the health of your pipes and find any problems before they become disasters. Because no one wants raw sewage back up in their home or business. One choice, many solutions.
None of us are immune to financial difficulty.
We've been helping Canadians become debt-free for over 50 years.
Together, we'll find the right debt solution
and get you back on your feet.
Call us on the phone or see us on the net. 310-NET.
For your next flooring project, check out Beckham Brothers at Great Floors St. Thomas, both trusted Canadian brands. Beckham Brothers creates stunning engineered hardwood tile and luxury vinyl. Add expert installation with Great Floors St. Thomas. With Great Floors and Beckham Brothers, you win.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more.
Okay, back here at Canada Life Place getting set for the third period. Rick, let's take a look at the shots on goal. Brought to you by GWB Heating and Cooling.
Well, the Saginaw Spirit held the advantage on the shot clock in period number 2, 14-8, 25-19 through 2 periods in favor of the Spirit.
Okay, so heading into this third period, not a lot of scoring in this hockey game so far. We have already talked about there have been no penalties, but a fourth line goal has the Knights up by 1 goal so far.
And we can't state how important a fourth line goal is in a tight hockey game like this. Hawkins, with his 4th of the campaign, gives the London Knights a 1-goal lead. That came with about 8 minutes remaining in period number 2, and the Saginaw Spirit were pressing hard at the tail end of that period to try and tie this hockey game up, but Medvedev comes up big for the Knights with a big save off of Barabanov.
Both goaltenders, Rick, have been outstanding tonight. I mentioned it before about the puck pinballing around. Great pressure from both teams at various times of the hockey game, especially the Saginaw Spirit hemming the Knights in. And of course, the Jurgen as well has been playing well in the net for the Saginaw Spirit. The same sort of thing. You expect to see the same amount of offense in that third period coming up.
Well, so far in this hockey game, the Saginaw Spirit have tried to employ pressure and get turnovers deep in the London zone. That's worked to their benefit in this hockey game as they take the lead on the shot clock. They've held London in their own zone on several occasions in tonight's hockey game. We haven't seen a whole lot of that so far this season, where a team is beating the Knights to loose pucks, but the Saginaw Spirit have done that tonight.
We watched the Knights with leads going into the third period at very points of the season so far, give up the third period and lose in overtime or lose in the third period. What do they got to do here to stave off the Saginaw Spirit Hockey Club, who seems to be hungry tonight?
Well, they got to slow them down in the neutral zone, and there's no doubt in my mind that the Saginaw Spirit are trying to stretch the ice out on the London Knights, and that's taking advantage of their speed. So the Knights have to employ some kind of a neutral zone trap here to take that speed away. Logan Howry with a golden opportunity in period number 2, but Jurgen comes up with a big save at the right time. It was a blocker save off of Howry, and Howry would love to get that monkey off his back. He's having trouble getting his offensive game started so far this season, as he's out there to start this third period with Wilmot at center ice and Cover. They've left that line together all night long.
So we are underway here in the third period. London up by 1. Hang on, this should be a great third as it's shot in, nudged in by Howry. Cover in on the hunt, and it's played to the open wing, and Woolley tracks it down. Funk. Lead pass tipped in by Howry, and Glavin will take over for Saginaw. Stretches it out through the center ice, just onside. Little chip to the corner, touched up. Wilmot back in a defensive role, up the boards, and Howry will bring it in across the line. Howry playing the right side and left-handed shot, better angle. Brustevich, quick shot. He wired that one high and wide, and is rattled all the way back down into London's ice. Demas pushes it ahead for Brustevich. He'll march it out through the center ice, dumps it in, high rising shot over top of the net. Harper, Brustevich checks him, O'Reilly to the corner, bouncing puck, Van Gorp out there, James Go in on the hunt. O'Reilly takes over deep in Saginaw territory, back to the line, pushes it around the boards, and up with it is Jilkin. Out through the center ice, and it's bounced to the boards and tracked down by Harper. Go again. Picked off by Waslin. Just couldn't grab possession and clap off the boards, and Saginaw's in across the line. It's Van Gorp, and now Waslin has a beat on it. He'll dash down the wing on the dime, backhands it in behind the net. Jones, Van Gorp gets there first, up the boards again, but it shimmies back out. Sokolowski Beats 2 men. Now he picks his way to the line. Feathers it on for Waslin. Too far for him. Jones to the corner. Out front, and it's off the boards again, and Barabanov will just leave it there. Harper caroms it off the boards to Jokin. Harper again. Deals it on the right side. Broken up by Sokolowski, and Brown has it. Feeds it up the wing. Dumps in deep, and after is Van Bommel, but picked off by the Saginaw Spirit, and they're back out through to center ice again and across the line. Quick shot, and it's steered aside nicely by Alexei Medvedev, and it's back out. Bouncing puck. Woolley. Clark lets it in deep, and Van Bommel will boot it ahead into the corner. Cook, who opened the scoring for London late, and I mean late in that first period. 0.9 seconds remaining. Now a chance for Saginaw on the shot. Missed the mark, and Glavin shoots it again off the boards, wide. And it's dumped around here on the near side. Glavin pushes it in behind the net. Funk to the corner. Gervais read it all the way. Center pass. Sema got the shot away. And again, Alexei Medvedev, but a good positional save. Took it off the left back. Funk to the corner. Woolley has the puck for the London Knights. Funk in behind the net. And he'll take refuge and plays it around for the LA Pick and Woolley. Zakharov leads it up. Headman pass to Hawkins. He has London's second goal, the fourth goal of the season for Hawkins. On for Fimis. Off his stick to the corner. Barch around the boards, and Hawkins has it once again. Plays it off the coast, bounces it back to Brustevich. Tipped in front of the net. And it goes into the glove of Surgeon.
Well, Sebastian Gervais, a 12th round pick in 2021, is appearing in his 285th OHL game tonight. He's come alive on the score sheet in Saginaw's past 6 games, 3 goals and 8 points in that 8-game stretch. Check that, in that 6-game stretch, as Gervais playing out his overage season.
So the Knights will have the face-off deep in Saginaw's territory. A long stretch without a whistle there to start this third period. Look at Harper in on the hunt. He faded out Brustevich and almost got the shot away in that slot area. Now pushed out through the center ice, brought in by Watson. Has lead on it, checked up though, and turning back the other way is Harper again. Chops it into the corner, then goes directly to the Saginaw bench. Up the boards, Barabanov tries to touch up his man, and it's played around the boards again, and Waslin has it for London. Van Gorp has a lot of speed. Go takes him off the puck, pushed ahead again. Barabanov it across the line, slot area. Quick shot right on, and a good save by Alexei Medvedev.
Well, James Go just followed his shot to see if Medvedev might have dropped that puck at his feet, as Henry Brustevich, the LA Kings first-round pick, had a rough northern trip, personally registering a -6 in the 3 games. Now Brustevich sits 22nd among OHL defensemen with 7 goals and 12 points on the season.
So everybody up and in tight. Saginaw pushed back to the line. They'll control the draw. Shot off of Medvedev through traffic. Back to the blue line. They've been doing this all night. Bouncing puck in front of the net, and that just skittered wide 3 or 4 inches off from that left post. To the corner again. Brought out by Wilmot, along with Howery, and Culver has a bead on it, trying to push it ahead for himself. And it's sent to the half boards. Howery to the near side. Back to Brown. Brown waits. Sokolowski, Brown. Near side, quick shot. No problem for the goaltender, Shurigan.
Well, Ben Wilmot has appeared in 22 games with London. In his first 11 games, he scored 7 goals and 14 points. In his last 11 games, that's dropped off to 2 goals and 8 points. Consistency can be elusive in junior hockey, and Dale Hunter has put guys that have been struggling offensively lately together on a line tonight. Wilmot is centering Howry and Cover on London's second line. We have 14:40 remaining here in this third period. Shots on goal now read 29-21 in favor of the Saginaw Spirit.
5 minutes, 20 seconds off the clock here in the third period. Clark up against Gervais, deep in Saginaw territory. Won by the Knights. Quick shot by Clark off a stick, and Sema back out through to center ice. Off the boards for himself, in behind the net. Back to Glavin. Glavin finding Barch. Barch struts it down the boards and behind the net. Saginaw on the move once again. Speared along the near side, and Gervais has the puck. Still no penalties in this hockey game. Playing around the boards, and Funk will try to clear the zone. Woolley fishing for it. Pinned up against the boards. Sema in there as well. Still grappling for it, and Glavitt in there. Finally get a whistle, I believe. Nope. Continues. Sema again trying to move some skates around, and now we get a whistle. London still up by 1, partway through the third period.
Culligan Water has been London Region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for you and your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, water you love.
At The Hearing Place, we transform lives with personalized hearing care. Our exceptional audiology services and tailored treatment plans empower your journey to better hearing, ensuring compassionate support and solutions designed uniquely for you.
Windshield replacement you can trust. Cracked windshield? We've got you covered. We replace windshields for all makes and models in our shop or wherever your vehicle is located. We're open late 7 days a week for your convenience. From a team you can count on.
This third period is brought to you by Great Floors.
Well, Stepan Surgeon has appeared in the most games by a goaltender this year at 22. He's faced the most shots against at 735, an average of 32.5 shots a game. The Spirit have really leaned on their second-round import pick from Russia, and they're well under the average that he faces per year with 21 shots on goal in tonight's game. The Knights have 13 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in regulation time.
Sent to the corner. Woolley will try to clear. O'Reilly picks it up, and Funk will headman the pass, and then Go leans into Van Gorp. Roslin and Go don't like the hit. And played off to the corner. Go leaned into his man with the head down, and Roslin. Van Gorp took exception to it. There's a backhander, just went wide of the mark, and up with it is Barabanov. He'll dash in across the line. He gets knocked down by Funk. Funk ups up that lean pass, and now O'Reilly works his way in across the line. Quick shot right on, and into the crest of Surgeon.
Well, this is the hit that drew all the attention there. As you can see, Van Gorp has the head down as he goes to pick that puck up. Go just steps up on him, and watch Waslin. He comes from right across the right side to the left side as he challenges Go on the play. You can see Van Gorp gets up and gives him a little shot as well. That was just closing the gap as far as I'm concerned by Go. He didn't do anything to get out of his way. He caught Van Gorp with his head down. 12:55 remains here in period number 3.
This line out for the London Knights has the go-ahead goal. Hawkins with his 4th of the year. Yeoman's work by Zakharov. Crete was out there as well. Now we'll have a face-off deep in Saginaw territory. Everybody up and inside London. Saginaw will control the draw. And it's hammered down the ice, and that will have enough for icing.
Well, stoppages are going to be in the Knights' favor tonight because the Saginaw Spirit have held the Knights pressed in and they're beating them to loose pucks. So this stop-and-go play certainly is playing into the hand of the London Knights, taking the momentum away from the Saginaw Spirit.
So face off again to the right of the goaltender Sturgeon. Now a centering pass, and boy, Hawkins off that low post almost deposited the puck in the back of the net for his 2nd goal of tonight's contest. Right off the board, at the line, capped in by the Knights D. Hawkins again smokes the pass off the stick of Sokolowski to the corner, played him behind the net. Crete after beats his man up the coast. He'll wait. Now he'll play it on for Sokolowski, but he had to regroup outside the line, and Crete has it. Feeds it up to Zakharov. Picks his way to the Saginaw blue line. He has a good set of mitts on him. Pushes it in for himself. Crete, or rather Hawkins, leans into his man. And Cloutier will give the puck away, and London's D will take over just inside their own blue line. Jones, Glauber, flips it out through the center ice and knocked down by Wilmot. Brustevich. Again through the center ice, and it's dumped in deep off the backboards. Themis round the boards. Covert, headman pass for Wilmot. Hawkins goes directly to the bench. Quick shot into the glove of Sturgeon.
Well, Ben Wilmot's been a pleasant surprise for the London Knights so far this season, as Wilmot is 2nd in the team scoring with 9 goals and 22 points on the season. He's been good on the faceoff dot as well. He's been the 2nd best taking faceoffs for the London Knights this season. He's won over 55% of the draws that he's taken so far.
So Wilmot again will face off against Gervais. London almost controlled, but Saginaw took possession, and they'll clear the zone. Howard gets it in across the line. Seema takes him out. Back out through to the open wing. Cover in across the line, trying to go wide on goal. Jackson Cover relays the backhander pass in front of the net. Now that puck from the point, shot right on, but it goes off the shin pad and sent to the corner. Back to the line again, and Themis couldn't keep it in. Lead pass, fed to Cover. Touched up for Wilmot, return feed Cover. Off the boards, and it's back out. 9 off the clock here in the 3rd period. London holds on to the 1-goal lead. Hawkins with his 4th goal of the year. Later portion of the 2nd period gives the Knights the lead. Howard pushes it ahead for Wilmot in across the line. Van Gorp off the bench to the open corner. Jones round the boards, and now London will make changes at least on the forwards side of the puck. Here's Barabanov in across the line. Jilkin turns off the checking to one man. Now sends it toward the net and stick the side nicely by Medvedev. And it's sent off the glass, and Waslin wants it. Couldn't catch up with it. Back to Woolley. Sweeps it ahead. Jones. Van Gorp looking for that pass. Club off in across the line. Quick shot. Barabanov, it hits Woolley. And it's in front of the net again, and Klepoff lingering.
Well, Nikita Klepoff, born in Florida, played his minor hockey in Russia, and in Wilkes-Barre Scranton was Saginaw's 1st-round import pick this year. Now, Klepoff is rated to go in the 1st round of the draft in June, one of the A prospects on the NHL Central Scouting Services list. 9:44 remains here in regulation time. A very tight hockey game. Shots hard to come by here in this third period. The Saginaw Spirit was 6. The London Knights with 4.
Everybody up and in tight this time in the Saginaw Spirit. They're looking to tie this hockey game up. Bouncing puck, Van Bommel at the fight tonight. Shot in deep. Played off the boards and kept in. Well, just hops out. Van Bommel will sweep it in, but London will have to tag up. Nope, it hits Cook, so it's offside.
Well, Harmer with a goal in tonight's hockey game. He has the lone goal for the Saginaw Spirit, his 6th of the season. We have 9:21 remaining in regulation time. Lots of whistles, lots of neutral zone play so far in the third period. That's playing to the Knights' advantage.
Off the draw, Saginaw will control. Glavin pushes it around the boards for Barge. And Bommel up on the play. They scrum again along the far side this time. Papoy trying to beat Kluge. He's the captain of this Spirit Hockey Club. Picked off by Papoy again. Dumped in deep. Themis Rustevich having difficulty up against the impeding Knights, or track that Saginaw's forward. Harmer dished up. Here's a chance for Saginaw. Twisting turn in front of the net. And that goes off a skate just wide. Harper will keep it in. Pressure here again by Saginaw. Quick shot, they score! Tipped in front of the net by Kluge. And this hockey game is tied up.
I believe that was Papoy that tipped that puck in front of the net. As he directs this shot towards the net, he gets into position, and this shot gets through from Harper, and you can see Papoy standing in front of the net. He makes no mistake by getting his stick on that puck. And for Papoy, that's his 2nd goal of the season. That ties this hockey game up with 8:31 remaining in regulation time. A 2-2 hockey game. Goals hard to come by in tonight's game.
Well, the Knights had a chance to clear. Looked like that shot was tipped in a nice slot with Kluge, but Papoy did manage to get a stick on it right in front of the net. It's tied at 2.
Well, the Knights have played a lot of tight hockey games so far this season. And why would you think anything else when you have the 2 Memorial Cup champions from the last 2 seasons playing their first game of the season in the head-to-head matchup?
These two teams will go at it again tomorrow night down at the Dow Event Center in Saginaw, back-to-back. And of course, the Rangers in here on Wednesday night. That'll be a Teddy Bear Toss night. And then the Windsor Spitfires in a home-and-home matchup with the Knights here Friday down in Windsor on Saturday night. Dumped in behind the net. Sokolowski. Brown pins his man up against the boards, and Crete will tail it back out through the center ice. Tied at 2 and inside 8. Remaining here in the third period in regulation time. Goals have been stingy. No power plays in this hockey game. Sent in behind the net. Hawkins leaving it there for Funk. Hawkins, the overager, shoots it in deep around the base of the boards. Crete after it, shimmies it in behind the nets. Half boards now. Crete off to the wing again. There's a centering pass. Oh boy, that was just right through the paint to no avail. And another bouncing puck as that shot was delivered from the point. Hawkins in behind the net. Harper having difficulty. Hard around the glass, and Jokin will steer it out through the center ice. And it's shot in deep by the Knights. Harper setting things up. Long stretch pass on the right side for Jokin. Puck was given away deep in London territory. Left off. Top of the circle. Quick shot steered aside by Medvedev. Glavins keeps it in. Woolley will sky it back out through the center ice, and Glavin will try to track it down, but the speedy Van Gorp was on him. But he'll have to tag up. Brustevich in across the line. Trying to go wide and smothered up by Shurijan.
Well, Henry Brustevich in on the mad dash there for the London Knights. He picked that puck up in the neutral zone as the London Knights are setting up the trap in the neutral zone now. That worked to their advantage on that specific play as Brustevich ends up with that puck. Not much of a shot on goal, but the faceoff remains deep in the Saginaw zone to the left of Shurijan.
So on the draw, London will control, kept in by Finnis. Quick shot off the blocker. Howie shoots. Oh, he fired that one high and wide. He had it teed up, puck bite him and rolling. Howie has a lot of velocity on his shot at any given time. Shot that one over top of the net. Pushed ahead, broken up by Wilmot. Cover, pass one man. Brustevich wants it. Quick shot by Cover. Off the blocker again, Shurijan to the corner. Half boards now. Wilmot up on the play. Around the boards. Howie gave the puck away. And it's sent around the boards, but London will keep it in. Logan Howie to the corner again. Looking for Cover. These two want to create some magic. Cover and Howie knocked away. And Cover will have to take over at center ice. Plays it on for Wilmot. Howie to the bench. Cover on the return feed. And he gets taken out by a Harmer of the Saginaw Spirit. Dumped in deep. Wholesale changes now. Wilmot takes a run at Sema. Sokolowski out through the center ice. Dices it in deep. Tapped around the boards again. And boy, Harper has had a lot of ice time. Has the puck again. Sends it over to his D-man. Sema lost control. And Sokolowski deep in his own territory will take refuge. Cook. Lead pass. Broken up Clark. Chase back down into his own territory. Cook on his skate. Backs it free and across the line. Maxima stolen there by Clark. Cook again. Little tap pass on for Van Bommel. Nice one. And that high rising shot over top of the net. And Van Bommel down in the corner. He thought he took a high stick. In fact, he's checking his mouth. Saginaw maybe got away with one. Now Harper in across the line. The mad dash. Trying to go wide. Stops on the dime. In behind the net. Woolley taking him out on the right side of the puck. Jared Woolley, calm, cool on the back end for the London Knights. Pushes it ahead. Sema trying to pry it loose. O'Reilly in there as well. Van Bommel still out. Set free, and Waslin is out with it. Shoots it in deep. Inside of 4 remaining here in the third period. Tied at 2. Funk near side. Pushes it around the base of the boards. Woolley up on the play. In behind the net. Van O'Reilly centering pass. Hits a skate. Lodge out through to center ice, and Funk has it. He'll just send it around the dasher. Saginaw will push it ahead, and Jokin out through the center ice, weaves his way to the line, dumps it in deep, clip off, quick pass out front, hit the back of the net. And London will clear the zone. Here's Jones. Barabanov in across the line. Funk has it, and he'll lift it out through the center ice, knocked down by Barch. Now Barabanov shoots it, steered aside nicely by Medvedev, and it's sent to the corner. Pefroy. He has this game tied up with a tip in front of the net. There's another shot, just tipped and steered wide. And a good save by Medvedev. Here's another shooting lane by Klepoff, and he got that one just wide by a whisker or two. Dumped in behind the net. Van Gorp, another long stretch without a whistle. Puck given away. Brustevich to the rescue there. Sam O'Reilly lifts it out, and it'll head back down into Saginaw's territory. 2:20 remaining, regulation time. Armour in across the line, and loved up by Alexei Medvedev. Taking it home, tied at 2. Air Canada Light.
When I do becomes I'm done.
Talk to the family law experts at Drake Law. Divorce doesn't have to be a fight, but when there's a lot at stake, call Drake. DrakeLaw.ca.
Well, Wilmot is the number 2 centerman as far as his winning percentage on the faceoffs. And with 2:14 remaining here in regulation time, it looks like Wilmot is going to be sent out to take this draw, as Howery and Culver on the wings with Wilmot. Wilmot, his faceoff percentage has been above 55%. And here comes Sam O'Reilly, as we thought. He's the number 1 guy. 57% of the draws so far this year that he's taken, he's won. He's taken 30.6 of the draws that the London Knights have taken all season long.
He'll square up against Carson Harmer. Yeah, the first goal for the Saginaw Spirit. Scrum off the draw. Howery out there through the center ice, and he'll backhand the puck in deep. 2 minutes exactly remaining in regulation time. Luce choked it up at the line. Howery has it hop over his stick, plays it down low, centering pass. Here's Howery off the boards, play it back to Brustevich, waits, shoots, stepped in front of the net. Courtesy of Wilmot, and it just went wide. There's Wilmot again, little back pedal pass picked off by the Saginaw Spirit's Luce. He'll pick his way to the line, dish. Chance for the Spirits, Pep White into the corner. Harper up top, slot area, quick shot again, knocked down by Brustevich. In behind the net, chance, scores! Boy, what a set of mitts as the Saginaw Spirit score late in this hockey game. And it looks like number 13, Carson Harmer again.
Well, Harmer stands in front of the net. He just picks this puck up below the red line, goes forehand, backhand upstairs on Medvedev to record his 2nd goal of the hockey game, his 7th of the season. And with just 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining in regulation time, the Saginaw Spirit take a 3-2 lead in this hockey game on Harmer's 2nd of the game.
He's been good around the net tonight. Harmer has his first goal very similar. This time showing the mitts. So now Medvedev's directly to the London bench in favor of the extra attacker. Wilmot out over the boards. Wilmot leads the 6-man assault, picks his way to the line. Sam O'Reilly waits. Brustevich shot wide, might have hit a stick. Cuts back to Brustevich again. O'Reilly, quick shot again, and that shot goes off his stick and out of play.
Well, I believe that goes off of the goaltender as Woolley down in front of the net trying to take the goaltender's eyes away. Goes up into the meshing, so the faceoff will stay inside. Just 41.5 seconds remains in regulation time. A 3-2 hockey game in favor of the Saginaw Spirit. Harmer with his 7th has been the difference so far in this hockey game.
41.5 seconds remaining. Everybody up and in tight, London. They had a goal lead heading into the 3rd period. Saginaw's roared back here and scored 2. Tip to the half boards. Harmer, Gervais, empty net, scores, salts it away. And now we got some shenanigans in the corner.
Well, I believe Gervais has salted this hockey game away, and at the tail end of that play, he drew attention from a lot of people. And for Gervais, that's his 7th of the campaign, as the referees will attempt to get this skirmish settled, as Sam O'Reilly and Gervais seem to be the main combatants now. All of a sudden, Wilmot and Harmer are going at it over in the corner. These two teams face off tomorrow night at the Dow Events Center down in Saginaw, so we'll have to see whether any of this carries over into tomorrow night's hockey game. We haven't had a power play in tonight's hockey game. Not many penalties to speak of in the game whatsoever, as Barch is going to be showing the door. O'Reilly, he's at center ice having a discussion with Harmer. Harmer with 2 goals in tonight's hockey game, as Gervais seems to have salted this game away with an empty net goal right here, as Gervais and Woolley come together at the tail end of that play. Sema immediately in there after Woolley, and away things go from there. The benches are going to be rather slim at the tail end of this hockey game, as Gervais, with his 7th of the campaign, has given the Saginaw Spirit a 2-goal lead here with just 29.2 seconds remaining in regulation time. The Spirit have come out here in the 3rd period scoring 3 goals. The London Knights have had a hard time hanging on to slim leads in period number 3 this year, as they let this one slip away, and the Saginaw Spirit take the first game of the series between the 2 Memorial Cup champions from the last 2 years.
It's all coming with 29.2 seconds remaining. Harmer scoring the go-ahead goal with a great move off that low post. Allowed the London Knights then to try to come back with 6 attackers, and Gervais put the puck in the net, and Woolley took him out in the corner, as you mentioned, Rick, and it started. Down at the Dow Event Center tomorrow night. Back to back.
Well, the tablet is coming out here, Sloaney. I'm not sure exactly what they're reviewing with the tablet, whether one of the Saginaw Spirit players was offside, whether that puck was pushed ahead with a glove. There's no indication of what's under review here, so we'll have to wait and see if Gervais has actually scored his 7th of the campaign. That's the only thing I can believe they would be reviewing in this hockey game.
It looked like everything was onside, that's for sure. Unless we missed something on the...
Well, here's the replay right here. As you can see, Gervais is the lead on the play. I don't see an offside on that specific play. And they're pushing the puck back down into the London zone. I don't know if they've called this goal back. Possibly. So it looks like the faceoff is going to be in the London zone. It's still 3-2 on the scoreboard. It doesn't look as though the Gervais goal is going to count, the empty net goal, and I'm not sure why. I can't explain that. But the officials are going to both head coaches on the bench to explain exactly what's transpiring here, as head coach Dale Hunter has some words with Neely. The penalty box door has swung open on the London side, as Jared Woolley is going to be called. That's the first power play opportunity that we're going to see in today's hockey game.
Still 3-2.
And it's still 3-2, so that goal clearly did not count. Now they're going to center ice. Still 3-2 on the board. So I'm not sure if Gervais has scored the 4th goal for the Saginaw Spirit. There it goes up on the board, his 7th of the season, and a 2-goal lead, and we have the first power play in today's hockey game. Seats are pretty empty here, Sloaney. I haven't seen it this empty in a long, long time with the game still going on.
Just thinking the same thing. Most of the 9,000 have gone down the cutways. Only 7 seconds remaining. That's the line. Zakharov right through to center ice, and the Saginaw Spirit come back here in the 3rd period to score 3 unanswered goals. And they beat the London Knights by the score of 4-2. Stay tuned for Sophie in the postgame. Holy Golly Yamaha Knights Hockey, Rogers TV.
Bring the family to Pizza Hut's all-you-can-eat buffet. Fresh pizzas, pasta, and salads, something for everyone. Great taste, great time, all in one place. Pizza Hut, where family meals are unforgettable.
If you are considering divorce, talk to the family law experts at Drake Law. Find out what your options are. Divorce doesn't have to be a fight, but when there's a lot at stake, call Drake. DrakeLaw.ca.
Coulter's has been the family pharmacy London has trusted for over 50 years. From personalized medication advice, vaccinations, and pharmacists qualified to assess health issues. At Coulter's Pharmacy, get the customized care that is right for you. You can trust Progressive Countertop to bring design to the surface in your home with beautiful Canadian-made quartz surfaces like Handstone, manufactured locally in London. Progressive Countertop is a smart choice for Canadian-made quality and expert installation. Vector offers recovery and performance programs to improve your quality of life. Their active therapy approach helps with pain, mobility, and strength. Located in London, Ontario, they focus on personalized care to support your wellness journey.
At IDS, we have the tools your business needs to be successful, from office printing to communications and full IT services. IDS allows our clients to focus on what they do best.
It's closing time, and you stayed out longer than you planned. So now you can't drive, and the buses have stopped running. You could always call your girlfriend. Or maybe your roommate? What about your best friend? You could just dial 1-888-TAXI-GUY or use the Taxi Guy app. The call and the app are free, and they both connect you to a local cab company to bring you home safely.